Good morning. I know I'm a minute and a half early, but what the heck? Good morning, Rebecca and Sherry. How are you guys? Merry Christmas, Sherry. Thank you for saying it first. I forget it's Christmas because I'm so busy. I'm running around doing crazy things. So today is just going to be kind of relaxing and crocheting and jabber John about what's going on and the holidays and this and that. I do. I forget it. Hello, Arrow. How are you, hon? Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Happy holidays for Tank. How are you, Tank? So, today is a day of just, I've got so much crocheting to do. I just need to keep going while we talk. Oh, I did not put up a tree this year. Here, we've got two little ones in the store, but at home, I did not put them up. Oh, I didn't even notice a misspelling. Yay, Tank! Thank you for becoming a member. We do have fun here. Half the time you're just laughing at me, but it's with me because I laugh at myself. If I can't laugh at myself, I can't laugh at others, and I laugh at people every day. So that is what it is. Oh, thank you for being a member. That's so sweet. Thank you. I hope my computer lasts the whole hour. I thought I had the right charger, and I don't. But it does say it's a almost full battery, so we'll play it by ear. We shall see. If I have to cut short, it's only because my battery's dying. I'm telling you. Sassy Mary, how are you? Good morning. Doing well, my friend. So, those of you that follow me on Facebook, you see that this little guy happened this morning. I'm so in love with him. And I didn't even plan it. I woke up at like 2 a.m. and I felt like making something, but I didn't know what. I didn't want to work on the poncho. I didn't want to work on, so I'm like, I'll just make a ball. So I grabbed the yarn that was right next to me and I just made a ball, right? And then I'm like, maybe I'll just make a Grover ball, right? I'll just make a Grover ball. And then I'm like, well, I could hear my daughter in the back saying, Mom, that's creepy to have Grover's head. So he happened. Isn't he just precious? You guys remember my island of misfit toys? I think I'm getting better. His nose is one round too big, but that's fine. She said I'm cute. So, of course, I can't stop at that, right? So now I am working on, who do you think I'm working on? Come on, somebody guess. Who's on my hook now? I'm not telling. Oh, nice. Elmo. Exactly, Tank. I am doing Elmo. Now, Elmo happens to be my grandson's favorite character, but that's not why I'm making him. I'm making as many of them as I can until I get bored, because you know how I am. And I convince myself, yeah, but this is a little bit, if you look at the side, it's just one round. I should have stopped one round before. And I'm going to make Cookie Monster, and I have some fuzzy green yarn, so I'm going to do an Oscar the Grouch as well. I do not have any bright yellow. So I know what it said. See, I get it. You're fine. So if I stop at Michael's, well, now I have a reason to stop at Michael's. I'm going to grab some yellow and some orange. Now for Elmo's nose, I don't think this is the right orange. So I have to look around here. Oh, I think I see one on my shelf. So I'm going to use that. Now, work with me here. Rebecca, you've done a lot of amigurumi. So I'm not going to make this the ball like I made this one, because Elmo's head is kind of this shape, right? So I'm going to try to make it like a little bit like that, right? So, or should I just cop out and make him a circle and do the mouth like a half circle? That would be easier, but I'm challenging myself. But I don't want to get there and then have to pull it back out. You know what I'm saying? I think I might just, for my first one, oh, okay. So if I just keep going round, and then when I get to the sides, do a couple increases. Then I don't have to actually fold it in, right? Then it'll, all right. We're going to try that. We're going to try it. So yesterday was a slow day in the store, and River Life and I are trying to not get discouraged. I mean, it's our first couple weeks, right? We thought yesterday would be busy, but it wasn't. That's all right, you know? So we spent the day kind of hanging out, making each other laugh, splitting a sub for lunch. Not that you care. I'm just saying. It was a slow day. We had a couple customers, but not that many. It's fine. It's going to happen. You know, it's retail. All right, so I'm going to do 3 increases in here. And then on the other side, maybe I should mark it. Leave it to me to not have a stitch marker. All right. So I've got 30, 36. If I do 3 and 3, yeah, I think that'll work. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Leave it to me to not have a stitch marker, but I can eyeball it, I guess. Whew. So yeah, yesterday was super slow in the store, but it gave us a chance. Like I finally got to, good morning, how are you? Oh my goodness, I'm so glad you guys are all here and hanging out. Did I put 2 in there? It's 2. I finally got to clean and reorganize the bathroom, which is also our storage room. I would use a piece of yarn, but you know what? I do have a scissor. You should see me. I'm just throwing stuff in a bag, trying to get prepared to, I do have a scissor. Yeah, I am using a piece of yarn, but I need a piece of yarn on each side, right? I need 3 of them. I need 1 for the start of the row and 1 for each side. And hello, Heidi. I'm sorry I was short in my hello because I'm thinking Elmo right now. Oh, I can see it already. Nice. All right. Oh, I'm going to sneeze, you guys. I apologize ahead of time. 1, 2, 3. So we did have a couple customers and make a couple sales yesterday, but you know what? Not every day can be busy, right? I just got to tell myself, don't get discouraged. I'm going to fold this right. I'm going to fold this in half this way and put the other stitch marker in here. If I sniff a lot today, guys, I'm really sorry. My whole head feels like it's encased in a plastic bag. You wouldn't think my allergies would be killing me on a day like today, but they are. So I am trying to work around them. I actually slept with a Breathe Right strip on last night. It's very attractive, I'm sure. It's funny you say that, Rebecca. I don't even have regular stitch markers. I only use the yarn. So those of you out there that are watching, a good hint, you don't have to buy or spend money on stitch markers. You can literally use a piece of yarn that's laying on the ground next to you and just stick it in there. And Lord knows I have enough yarn just laying next to me. So, Heidi, how are you today? Are you guys all ready for Christmas? I am, because I'm really not doing much. I go to my brother's on Christmas Eve, which is out where we go camping, and I'm there for a few hours. And then I go to my daughter's on Christmas Day. It is going to be a very subdued Christmas Day for her. Today at 2 o'clock, they're putting their dog down. It's for the best. He's got pretty bad cancer, and he's been sick for a while. So they're dealing with that today. I feel really terrible for them anytime, but especially, you know, he's had the dog for 17 years, I think. And, you know, it's time. So I just feel bad for them. The cool thing is, and we didn't know this was a thing, but the vets do come to your house. So instead of taking a sick animal and putting it in a car where you know it doesn't feel good and you know it gets nervous and, you know, having its last few hours be nervous, he gets to stay home. So that's pretty cool. Tank, that's so funny. For years, River Life and I, on Christmas Day, we would take a drive. He would never tell me where we're going. We would just get in the truck and go. We'd put on an audio book and we'd just drive. And a couple of years we stopped and did the Chinese buffet. Isn't that funny? But anyway, so Christmas is going to be a little subdued for them. But, you know, the pup is suffering. So it's for the best, you know? Yeah. And it took him a while to get to that decision. I get it. You know, you've had the dog since you were a kid. I mean, he's only 30 something, so he's had that dog since he was a kid. And now it's time to say goodbye. But you know what? We all, yeah, thanks, Tank. We all have to do it at some point, which I can't even think about that with Fritz. Absolutely not. He's going to live to be 157 years old. And he's never going anywhere. Good morning. Did you just pounce me? What other setup? Uh-oh. Yeah, you know what, you guys? Note to self. Don't set up live streams in the middle of the night. Because that's what happened. So, Frizzy's here too. Yay! Hi, you guys. I've been pounced and frizzed. Or buzzed. Buzzed by Frizzy B. Hey, you guys, welcome in. I'm working on Elmo. And it was totally by accident. I do think it's kind of fun how it happened. You know, can't sleep in the middle of the night. Don't want to get into something too bad. But then all of a sudden, you know, Elmo jumps off your hook. So I love him. And now, of course, I have a project to do the rest. Good morning from Maryland. Welcome in. I hope you got a nice cup of coffee or whatever beverage of choice you have. We're just kind of hanging out and crocheting. I got a bunch of stuff to show you guys, by the way. Wow. Hold on. Marianne, Heidi, Arrow, Pete, Suzanne, Linda, and Gail. Good morning, everybody. If I call you guys by your screen name and not your actual name, it's because I'm so bad with names. I don't want to miss anybody, but I don't want to say the wrong name. So, wow, Nana Michelle. Woohoo! Blueberry pancakes. Good morning, River Life. They're saying hi to you.
Oh, good morning.
I don't know what he's doing. I can't see him. Oh, there he is. He's over there. Hello, Leanie. Lean. I haven't been able to do that in a long time. How are you guys? So good to see you. So yeah, I'm working on Elmo right now. I have to finish that poncho by tonight before bed because River Life has to take it to work with him tomorrow. Right, honey?
What's that?
You got to take that poncho tomorrow, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so I have to have that done. I was hoping he'd say the next day, but he's not. Linda, yay. Hi, honey. I get to hug you in a couple days. But anyway, I've got to finish that poncho by tonight. And my brain keeps going off into, well, I want to do this. I want to do this. In the middle of the night, I go walking in my sleep. To the valley so deep. How's that? Is that better? You're funny. So I have that to finish, but instead I just keep doing this. So let me show you what else I made because it's pretty fun. Sorry, Tank. To the river so deep. Lana, banana, fana, fofana, me, my, momana, Lana. If it's Lana, it wouldn't rhyme with banana, so I say it this way. The shop's doing great. Everybody that walks in says, wow, it's really great in here. So it's it's a neat, even if it doesn't get super busy, it's kind of neat to hear people say how cool it is in here. Well, they've seen the same building for, geez, 30 years, you know. So, all right, let me just do this double and finish this row, and then I'm going to show you guys what else I'm working on because it's pretty fun. So do you guys remember, did I tell you I was working on, yes, I told you I was working on that character from Wicked. Elphaba, I think is her name. I finished it and the client loves it. The picture is up on my Facebook. All right, I got to be done with this right now, and then I will put it down. So the picture's up. I don't have it to show you guys physically here because I did already give it to the person who ordered it. But in seeing that, somebody wanted me to make Madame Morble. Is that the name? I've only seen the one movie. I don't know, but check this out. So she's got on a little flared out cape. Now, I changed the sleeves so that they're those cool sleeves that come down. You know how they do that? And then I braided her hair and put it up in a bun. Now, all the ones that I see on here, Cece's here. Hi, honey. All the ones that I see online don't have a mouth, so I'm not putting the mouth on. I don't know why they don't have a mouth, but let me just put, she is not my favorite one, but she's done and she looks a lot like the one I found online. Let me show you the one I found online. Madame Morble Crochet. Okay, so I found this one online. Can you see it? And I think she came out pretty dang close. So I'm going with that. So that had to be done by Monday because they obviously need it for a stocking stuffer for Christmas. And then yesterday was a slow day, as I mentioned. So I decided to make one of those little turtle color matching games. So you take the tail, you undo it, and then all the little babies are inside. And you play a color matching game with them. So there's 2 of each color of the little turtles. They're pretty cute. Let's see, I have 2 maroon, 2 yellow, 2 pink, and 2 blue. So those are, and the thing is, it's made out of all that sugar and cream, so that if the kid takes it in the bathtub or it gets wet or it gets dirty or whatever happens when kids, thank you, Leanie. Whatever happens when kids play with toys, you can just toss this right in the washing machine or the dishwasher. Done. So I figured I would make 1 or 2 of these. Good morning, Tammy. How are you doing, hon? So I made 1 of these, and I figured I'd make a couple more to put on the shelf. I don't love the face, but I'm working on it. Sugar and concrete, yes, but you know I love it. I have a wall of it here, so I find ways to use it. That's what I do. All right, so what else? I did that, I did that, I did this. Let me show you how far I've gotten on the poncho. I've only got about 5 or 6 more rows to do, so maybe I'll just knock it off and start doing some of it now. So here's how it's coming out. No, I did not color control. This is just how it's coming off, and I think I like it. It's a little haphazard as far as colors go, but no, I don't color control things. I don't like it. I feel that it's too much cutting and it's too much. What was the blue? This little blue one was Grover. He's so stinking cute, I can't take it. This little blue one was Grover. Someone asked, they said they missed it. He came to me. I did not plan on making him. He decided he wanted to come here. So here he is. Oh, the lady, the blue one. This is Madame Marble from Wicked. She looks a lot like George Washington to me.
Score.
Stop it. That's not George Washington. That's Lincoln. Isn't it? Yeah, that's a Lincoln story. Oh, we're very educated here. So anyway, George Washington, Madame Marble, whoever. Done. I think with this, I'm done with all the orders for Christmas, which is a big relief, a very big relief, because we'll call her George. Tank, she really does. I mean, if I had a quarter, I'd hold it up and we could. I had no pattern. I had no nothing. I pulled it up because I wasn't going to pay for a pattern. Yeah. So, Madame George Marble. Well, if you have, this does not look exactly like one of the characters. Somebody did ask me to make Gilda. I know it's not Glenda. It's the other. It's the pink one, but I know it's not Glenda. I don't think that's what they call her anyway. But they asked me to make her, and yeah, I've got orders, and I'm like, you're gonna have to wait until after Christmas because I can't fit them all in. I'm looking for a 5.5. There it is. Georgie. Yeah. Well, it is what it is. She ordered it and gave me a weekend only to do it. So guess what? That's where we're at. Whew. So I haven't talked to you guys since I went to the fiber mill next door. Let's talk. So fate is a weird thing, right? So we move into this building. The building behind us is a giant sportsplex. Okay, so you think it's just a sportsplex with gyms and locker rooms and this and that. In the back half of the building, what do they call it, hon? What's the name of the business? Here's what they do. They take the wool sheared from the farms, bulk raw. Right. Oh, thank you, Tank. Thank you. I was right. 4 is Abe Lincoln. So they take the raw wool. I don't know if it's, you know what I mean, shaved right off the sheep in giant bags. And in that building behind me, they take it, they refine it, they take out the lanolin, and they get it ready to be made into yarn. Right here, right behind me, at the other side of our parking lot. How is that fate? So the woman came in and she wanted to meet me. And I wasn't here because it was during the week. And we all know I work at an elementary school during the week. So I went in Tuesday after work. And it was really cool. Like this giant conveyor belt, but it's not a conveyor belt. It's a machine over 5 different tanks of water. So they put the yarn in and it goes into the first one, comes out, goes into the second one, comes out, and goes all the way down the row. And then when it gets to the other end, the girl pulls it off. Now the lanolin is out by this time. She pulls it off and puts it in the shredder. Now the shredder, you know those salad tongs you have where you can pull salads and do that? It's a giant machine that looks like that. And it throws it in and it does this and it pulls it and it fluffs it up. I was mind blown. First of all, I was mind blown that this girl was there by herself doing the whole thing. She's like a 20-something kid. And I'm like, you're here by yourself doing this? She's like, I'm fine. The boss lives right up the road. I'm like, yes, a Carter. Yes. Thank you, Tank. So I'm watching this process. She actually ran it through with me. So the first thing I walked in and there's this giant room about the size of our store filled with just bags of wool. There was black, brown, all gray, all different kinds of wool. And they all had the farm's name written on them. So she's like, the farmers drop off the wool here. She said, and then they either pay us to clean it and card it, pull it apart, or they leave it for us and they have people who buy it from them to make it into yarn. So I'm watching this whole thing. We go into the next room and it's that thing with the tanks. Hi, Joanne. Welcome back in. It's the water with the tanks, and then it's that pull apart machine. And then we go into the next room and it's just a dryer. Like if you go to a laundromat, those giant dryers. She goes, yeah, it's just a dryer. I said, did nothing special? She goes, nope. She goes, we got it from an old laundromat. She said, and all it does is it dries the yarn, gets it ready. And then after that, there's another machine that flattens it. Like it doesn't felt it, but it flattens it down. It was just such a cool process, you guys. I was there for almost an hour, went through the whole thing with her, and then I could feel the difference. Like she goes, okay, here's yarn that just came in that you saw when you just came in the door, and here's yarn now that's done. And I touched the first one and I could feel the lanolin on it. I could feel it on my hands. And then I used my other hand and I touched this one, and it was really neat. So I got to see the whole process, and it was really pretty cool. So it's New York State Fiber Project, I believe is the name of it, or Hudson Valley Fiber Project. But I did sign up to become a member because they will put me in a group with all the people that are now buying that wool to make yarn. And perhaps I can sell that yarn here in my shop. So isn't fate just kind of crazy? These people, they're like, you guys have yarn, because they have yarn on the sign, right? And I'm like, yeah. And it all turns into, now I'm in a network of people who make yarn. Mind blown. Speaking of network, so here's the thing. So having a store like this, now you can be a wholesale partner with, the people who sell the yarn and the people who sell the crafts and the people, So I reached out to Premier Yarns and I filled out the application and this and that. The only thing I'm a little apprehensive to do is the size of the orders you have to put in. You have to spend $5,000 a year with them to be a wholesale outlet. I don't know if I'm there yet. So I'm going to wait and see how that goes. I've got the application in. I've got it ready. I'm just, yeah, right, Joanne? It's so cool. So I'm looking into a couple others. There's some of the craft kits, like the beads and the stuff like that. I looked into that. I also looked into Temu. I know a lot of you don't like Temu, but I looked into Temu and I can get some pretty good deals there for the crafts and stuff like that. So, I'm looking into all sorts of options. Plus, you also know that I do all my thrift stores and stuff. So if I see something that's brand new and sealed, I can still sell it, as it's new-ish. If the plastic's not broken and it's brand new, I'll price accordingly. But so today I am getting ready to put out spring stuff. Roll Life, okay. Roll Life for DIY book nooks. I don't even know what that is, but I'm going to look at it, Frizzy. I have no idea what it is. A book nook. To me, a book nook is the nook in the house where you sit. That's not it, right? That's not what a book nook is. It's fun to say. Book nook. How many times do you think I'm going to say it? A lot, because I'm silly. Can somebody, Frizzy, what is a book nook? You must explain. Oh, by the way, I had somebody call and sign up for my first lesson for crochet, and I also had somebody call about a kid's birthday party in February. So that's pretty neat. So slowly but surely. A 3D diorama scene you tuck between books and they have lights. Oh, that's cool. All right. That's kind of neat. River Life does the dioramas. He did a garage one that was just so cool. I love it. Little Hidden World. See, I love stuff like that. I absolutely love the idea of little miniature things. I always have. I always have. When I was, all right, you guys, this is only because you guys are like, you know me. You've been here forever. When I was little, I used to pretend I had a little miniature monkey that lived in my pocket. And I would bring him with me wherever. It was kind of like you had the imaginary friend. Yeah, well, this was a little monkey. I wasn't the only one. Everybody in my elementary school had them. Mine was just a monkey. That's pretty neat. Yeah, I'm going to have to look into that. And I bet they're kind of easy to make, right? Frizzy, have you made any of those? So if I get a box and set up like a little miniature library, that would be cute. I could put it up there with my imagination station. I love getting ideas from you guys. I really do. Because Lord knows I need another project. But we have so many cool boxes. You've done them, and there's a kit. I'm gonna have to check that out. Hey, hon, when you go on Amazon, can you look for Book Nooks? He's gonna look. LED. Oh, that's fun. Well, hello, Cameron. Welcome. Welcome in. I hope you have a cup of coffee and you're ready to hang out. We're just kind of chit-chatting about what the week brought us and what's coming up. All right, so let's talk about Christmas plans. I'm not bringing anything food-wise to my brother's house because he always has way too much food, and then he always browbeats us to take food with us on the way home, so I'm not doing it. I will bring stuff, but I'm not bringing that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I know the dioramas are pretty neat. I just didn't know there were little book nooks. That's neat. So yeah, are any of you traveling further than an hour for your Christmas? Mine's about an hour door to door, and stay for a few hours and hang out. I don't think Amanda will be there with what she's going through this week. So, plus the baby just was not feeling good. Oh, the life of young parents, huh? Oh, it's tough. It is tough. Oh, that's what I do. No. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah, I have no desire to fly. I wouldn't say I'm afraid to fly. I just prefer not to. I mean, probably I could bring some crochet and not even realize that I'm off the ground or whatever, but I don't know. I just have with everything going on, I just have no desire to get on a giant bus and go, no. Good. Sherry, sometimes it's just, that's why River Life and I used to just take a drive, because the kids would go to other houses and this and that. And it was just the two of us. So I would pack a lunch of leftovers from our Christmas Eve, and we'd just drive and listen to a book. It was nice. To me, I don't have to have a holiday to have a celebration. Like, if I find a present that's really cool for somebody that I care for, I'm going to get it for them and give it to them. It doesn't have to be an occasion. It doesn't have to be a birthday, or it doesn't have to be, Christmas, River Life and I have a joke. Whenever we do something nice for each other, we just say Happy Valentine's Day. Doesn't matter what the day of the year or what the day, it doesn't matter. If I make him a cup of coffee in the morning or something, I always just say Happy Valentine's Day.
Because every day is Valentine's Day.
Oh, you're so sweet. But yeah, so we just, whenever we, like, if we get something for each other, we don't have to wait. Don't hide it in the closet. Just say Happy Valentine's Day and give it up. Happy Valentine's Day. Oh, that's cool. I can remember, Sherry, one time on Easter, my family and I went bowling. That was kind of fun. We had dinner at my dad's and then we all went bowling. So I guess it just, $3. Wow, Joanne. Now, Joanne, I forget, and I do apologize. What climate are you in? Do you have to, so do I, Arrow. Do you have to worry about weather? Or are you in a climate, you know, where it's like Florida, where you really don't have to? You know, I don't like that this is not showing me enough of the comments. They say you're very sweet, dear. So yeah, I can see part of your comment, Tank. It says, but in October, but I missed the other part. Now I can't find. It is what it is. But anyway, yeah, I haven't bowled, Arrow. I haven't bowled in, goodness, I can't. I can't remember the last time. It has to be 15 years. Yeah, it has to be. With my back and everything, it's not that enjoyable anymore. Well, Cameron, thank you for stopping in. Have a great day and happy holidays. Merry Christmas, if that's what you celebrate. Happy holidays, if there's a different one. Perfect. And that's just it. Why wait? Because the calendar says it's a day to celebrate. If you've got something to celebrate, go ahead and do it. That's how we look at it. You know, plus I'm really bad at keeping secrets if I know it's going to be something really cool. I'm really bad at it. I used to try to do my daughter's Christmas shopping like September, so I didn't have to worry about it. I could spread the payments out, yada, yada, yada. I'd hide it in my closet. And by October, November, I'm giving it to her. So 1, I stopped shopping early. And 2, I just started, just give them stuff. I don't need a Hallmark holiday to tell me that I want to get somebody something, you know? All right, so 75. Oh, yeah. What kind of car did you get, Tank? I told you my sister got a new electric blue Jeep with the shape of a deer in the panel. Sorry, Lynn, if you're still there. I'm just kidding. They did hit a deer, but it didn't look that bad. It sounded worse than it looked. So, well, the deer got up and ran away, but I was just thinking about that, Tank. I hope I don't need to get a new car for years. I love my Jeep so much, but I have 116,000 miles on it. So, you know, every day I'm like, okay, let's do this again. There's nothing wrong with it. As a matter of fact, my neighbor is going to give an oil change tomorrow. He is the only one I let touch that car. Arrow, Linda, are you still out there? Linda hit 4 different deers 4 different times with her Charger. Oh, wow. You've had high 80s for a month. Now it's going to drop temp and pour rain Tuesday. We had thunder snow. I heard 1 clap of thunder at about 2 a.m. this morning. Of course, it could have been the neighbors doing something, but I think it was thunder. You never know on my road. But I let Fritzy out, and the river was, I could hear the waves actually lapping on the shore. So it was pretty crazy. And this wind is, oh, geez, Arrow. Well, I think Linda said most of the time the deer lived and the car just kept getting smashed. I do love getting new cars, but not as much as I love this Jeep I have. So knock on wood that it gives me at least another 4 years. It's a 2016, but she starts right up and runs, never looks back. So I was looking at my side-by-side this morning. Oh, I really want warmer weather. Oh, what do we got? We got 20 minutes left and I'm below half battery. That's fun. Those of you that were not here, if this goes blank, I thought I had the charger for it and I don't. So there you go. I love mine. Yeah, 116,000 miles. It's a 2016 and she's a running like a top. Nope, I'm doing this one. You know, the more I look at it, the more I think I should have color coded it. But you know what it looks like? It looks like Legos. It looks like this is going to be the Legos. And yes, I am doing a poncho. What a surprise, right? This is actually for someone. River Life ordered it from me. So I am getting it done by today. I hadn't done a poncho in a couple of months, Arrow. Well, it's, you know what it is? It's the yarn is so dang pretty that I just can't, I love it. It's really pretty. I mean, it's just Red Heart Super Saver, but I love it. It's so pretty. And when I went to Michael's, they had that color. They only had 3 left, so I bought them. Yes, it is. That's nice. Yeah, and so I got the next one that I got is like tan and gray, and it's really pretty. It's like this, but every shade is lighter. So instead of black, it's gray. I still haven't tried a cardigan. Every time I think I'm going to make a cardigan, I make a poncho because I know I can, and I chicken out. And that's all I have to say about that. I don't know. Oh, you guys, I have to go to the dentist tomorrow. You know how I love the dentist. It won't hurt though. It's just, I had a crown that came out. I got to get put back in. But you know, I still am going to panic. But it is what it is. I could put this angle down a little bit. Maybe you could see what I'm doing. See. Pearl, nice. You know what? That's funny. I didn't name my car. I just call it the Jeep. And I tell people never doubt the Jeep. You would not believe how much I have loaded into that vehicle. Just keep loading it in. Mine is like a slate gray, almost like the color you see on here. Yeah, almost. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm doing good, you guys. I think I'll keep going until this is done, or until I want to stab myself with the hook, whichever comes first. That's why I usually I make up a stitch pattern, or I'll do a 3-row repeat because I get bored of the same stitch over and over. Oh, yeah, but that's more like a cape though, isn't it? right? If I do it like yeah, that's a cape. And then what, I just sew arms in it? I'll try anything once, almost anything once. You know that. I have to look at what I did with the amigurumi. You know, I never wanted to try that because of the Island of Misfit Toys. I said that this morning, and River Life spit out his coffee. He was laughing so hard. I'm like, it's not funny if you see him. I did make a hexie, but that was a cheat, Marianne. That's not a real one. All right, Nana, all right. Marianne, I consider that a cheat because all I did was make a granny square blanket and close it up to be a hexie cardigan. So I don't think that's a real cardigan. I need one where I do the sleeves and the buttons and the this and the that. Just join each side. Now, you see, let me show you something. I was going to do something like that. Let me show you this. When I made these two baby sweaters, I said to myself, just make a bigger size for yourself. So I made the back and then the two front, and then these are separate. I could do the same thing for an adult size, right? I can't believe this one hasn't sold. It is just so pretty. So I did that one, and then I did this one, same way. So same thing. You do the back panel, and then you do two front panels that are half the size of the back each. And then the sleeves, so you lay it down and you put the sleeves on after. So it's perfect. I got this arrow off of Bagaudet. This was one of hers. I'm sure it is. I mean, I can't remember it exactly, but I know it had to be because back then she was the only one I was following. So that was back in the beginning. And by the way, you guys, speaking about way back then, my channel is now 2 years old. Happy channelversary, baby. Got you on my mind. I am 2 years old with Fortunate Creations and my channelversary. You know what I just realized? What if somebody's watching me on Facebook and they have no idea who I am? Because I put it live on Facebook too, so who knows? But anyway, yes, I am 2 years old. Wasn't it October something, right? I don't know. I don't remember when it was. I just remember I turned on the button and said, let's do this. Yeah, they're both, it's actually the same arrow. It's the same pattern. I just changed the collar on this one. I don't anymore, Marianne. I just look at what I want to make and figure it out. That's what happened with him. Yeah, same. And even if I try to make the same thing twice, well, thank you, Arrow. Marianne, even if I try to make the same thing twice, it's different. So each one that I make is definitely a one of a kind. I've been trying to write things down as I make them. Like when I made Grover, I tried to write down each thing so that I can try to make it again, or so I have the pattern. I do have my little book that's got all my patterns in it. I think it's in the car. My head's getting cut off. There we go. I think it's in the car. But I do the same thing. I pretty much just make up all of my own. I think because I know enough stitches and I know enough techniques and I know enough tricks that I can piece it out. Sometimes I got to pull it out and do it a couple of times, you know. But other times it's like hand memory, right? Your hand just does it, just goes to it. Like now you know how to do the magic circle. Then you start with 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. I know that is just hand memory to me now. I don't need a stitch marker when I do that. I don't need any of that. The one that I'm wearing, Arrow, is store-bought. Lana, I believe it's the same reason. She knows enough to make them up. Yeah, I will. I'm going to get the whole set and set them up in here, and then maybe I'll make some, but I'll also take orders, or make a set and have a set. Yeah, Mariana, it's the same thing. You get to the point where you have the capability of doing it yourself. And those of you that are just learning, if there's some of you that are just learning crochet out there, you'll get there. Even if it's just 5 or 6 stitches that you know by heart, you'll be able to create pretty much anything. I mean, this behind me, that's, I believe it's the moss stitch. But you just do it over and over again. You remember what it is, and your brain just says, yeah, I can do that. I could do that. So you just keep doing it, And this is a very basic poncho, but let me tell you, I have a gray and white one. You guys have seen me wear it a million times. It's a half double. That's what it is, the whole thing, half double. And it's my favorite one. So I'm hoping that just the double crochet on this will be one of her favorite ones. Oh, no, Lana, she wants to do her own stuff. Yeah. And I have to be honest with you guys, I did the double crochet on this because I knew I had to make a poncho in just a couple days. So I knew I was under a time crunch. So I had to do a stitch that would cover a lot of ground in a little time. So that's what I'm doing. And yes, that's a cheat. And yes, but those who don't really know crochet, they still think it's a really pretty pattern and really pretty. It's a really pretty poncho. I told River Life yesterday I'm going to make one for myself because I really love the pattern, or I mean the colors. I've also been doing a lot on the Addi. And it's hard for me to sit down and take a long time to finish a project when the Addi takes me about 10 minutes. You know what I mean? So I don't know. What do we got? How many thumbs do we have? Is that what you're talking about, Tank? You need a few more thumbs? I can't see the thumbs here. If that's not what you're talking about, ignore me. Because I don't know. Oh, Marianne. Well, I go through spurts where I like it, but then, battery status is 30%. Energy saver is on. Marianne, you got a different one, right? I have an old one in the basement. I think I'm going to go. It's not an Addi. It's one of those off-name ones. Can you guys still see me and everything? I don't know what energy saver means. You can still see me. We're fine. I may have to go in a couple minutes because I'm at 30%. Go get a pounce on them people, Marianne. I've only got about 7 minutes left anyway, you guys, but I'll keep talking and hopefully this doesn't turn me off. Why don't you turn me loose? Anyway, I have one of those. It's not a Centro. It might be like the name brand that's at Michael's from Loops and Thread. It might be that one. I have it in my basement. It's just the thought of going in the basement is killing me. Did I get it? Okay. Yeah, I figured that's what it was, but I wanted to make sure I wasn't like spinning or anything. I don't know enough to know what I don't know. Bandwidth isn't power, right? Bandwidth. You see me? Okay. I'm just. Okay, so power mode, you would think it does something about the battery, not the internet. You have a 46 Addi. I was trying. That's cool. Yeah, I'm thinking I want to get one to put here at the store so that when I'm here for hours, I can use it if I want to. I kind of need that because if I'm in the middle of projects, I can't be lugging the Addies back and forth. That's not conducive of my time. Plus, it's a pain in the buttocks to be lugging things. I was telling one of my friends the other day, I really want to be able to walk in the store without 4 trips back and forth to the back of the Jeep. We'll see you on next Sunday, I hope. I hope and pray. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. Speaking of that, if anybody sees Miss C, tell her I miss her face and happy holidays and all that stuff. Happy holidays, Lana. I'm going to say it. Merry Christmas, because that's what I do. If you guys don't do Christmas, I apologize, and I hope you have a good holiday, but I always say Merry Christmas because it's just easier. Happy holidays makes me think like I don't know, I'm marketing. I don't like that. But I do only have 4 minutes left, so I want to start telling everybody, please have a safe, happy holiday. I hope next year, I believe, no, it won't be next year, next time we see each other. It'll be the last one of this year. So I'll be able to say Happy New Year next year. Well, the Grinch. Here, can I do my mouth? This is how the Grinch looks. Marianne, don't be a Grinch. But you know I love you, Grinchy or not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We were watching football last night, and somebody had the best Grinch suit on that I've ever seen. Like, it looked like the one that was on stage for the play. Merry Christmas, Sarah. Thank you. And whether you have a house full of people or you're driving 3 hours or you're staying home and eating popcorn or going to Chinese, I hope you have a great day. To me, it's just another day on the calendar. What you feel here is different. Christmas can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. But whatever you do this week, please have a wonderful week. Please be safe. Any of your relatives that you see, give them an extra hug, because you just give them an extra hug. I love you guys a lot. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to go ahead and duck out because I think this thing's going to die. So Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Merry Christmas.
River Life says Merry Christmas. And remember, everybody, always be happy, be kind, and be creative. I'll see you guys next week, okay? Bye, guys.